Hello, it's Tracy Dix here from Wyrd Learning, and I am on day 27 of my conversion card challenge with James Wedmore's powerful language patterns that convert on another glorious sunny day. So, today I've got a return to you. This is quite a long example, but I'll go through it anyway. You've heard that you is the most powerful word in copy. So, anytime you can bring your copy back to you, do it. Make it about the reader. Formula, if that's how you feel, or if you've been operating this way. Examples in action. Today, A, we are going to talk about why so many entrepreneurs are stressed to the max, overwhelmed, and frankly underpaid. And if that's how you feel, then I have good news. Fixing all of that is a piece of cake. B, maybe it's the form of one-to-one coaching or your hourly wages for your services. This is most commonly referred to as trading time for dollars. And if you've been operating your business this way, then you know how tiring and completely unscalable this model is because blank. So let's go back to this one-to-one ratio machine for a moment. If we were to look under the hood, we would probably see that there's just one gear turning inside the machine. There's no leverage. And I'm willing to bet that if you're watching this series, that's how your business is running and you're feeling tapped out with no blueprint, no clarity, and have inconsistent revenue. Okay, so just very briefly, I'll say, you probably know by now that using the subjective, talking in the first person is not appropriate for academic writing. So trying to manipulate your reader by referring to them as you isn't something you would do in academic writing. However, one thing I would like to draw your attention to today is about, making your essay for the reader, writing for the reader and taking them and their needs into consideration. So markers, often have piles and piles of essays, tens or hundreds of scripts to mark at a given period in time. And they usually have a couple of weeks to get through all of them. And it can take, somewhere between 40 minutes to over an hour to mark each script. And markers being human as well, they do get tired and they do get kind of worn out. So if you can if you can kind of treat your essay as a guided tour through your argument and make the signposting as clear as possible and be as specific as possible in your language, then that would make your essay much easier to mark and much more pleasurable. And a marker who is in a good mood is more likely to be a generous marker as well. I mean, there would be other variables that are beyond your control, such as whether, your script is marked before lunch or after lunch. And evidence has proven as well that, for example, in courts of law, when cases are brought to trial before lunchtime, that the decision made is usually a lot harsher than after lunch when, someone is feeling a bit more relaxed and in a better mood. So these sorts of factors do kind of come into it as well. And it's worth putting yourself in the position of a reader so you understand, what makes for a pleasurable experience when you're reading an academic article, and how can you kind of emulate those techniques in order to replicate a similar sort of experience for the person marking your essay so that your argument is clear, it's easy to follow, it's specific, and it's interesting to read, because all of those things are going to help you get into a first class sort of grade band. So that's it for today, and do join me again tomorrow for day 28. Bye.